Hi! When I'm filming this video, it's a Sunday and I've actually had a really good reading weekend. I finished a YA book I'll be talking about soon. I'm halfway through Almost Love by Louise O'Neill. I took off the dust jacket because I didn't want to damage it because I'm that person. But since I haven't finished quite enough books to do another review video, I figured I would do this video that I recently saw pop up on Lily's channel. Her username is Sweet Love Books and it was inspired by a video that was originally done by Mercedes. I'll put links to both of their videos in the description. But basically the idea is that you talk about books that you think you will give 5 stars when you read them. There are definitely those books that I have on my shelves and I've heard so many people talk about, or I've read the pitch and it seemed so perfect that in my head I've already read them, I've already given them 5 stars. And I guess it's also kind of a way of sharing some books that you're really excited for. In previous years I've done videos where I've made like a to read list for the year, and in the beginning of the year shared books I'm really excited about, and this is, I guess, kind of a different way of doing that. Okay, so this is number 1. It is Gather the Daughters by Jenny Melamed. It looks like this. Really beautiful cover. And it says, every summer the girls run wild. They know it could be their last. In the press release it said something like, for if you love The Handmaid's Tale plus another book. I can't remember what it is. Oh, the press release is still in here. Oh, maybe it was The Girls meets The Handmaid's Tale. Anyways, it's about a cult, which I'm quite excited about. I don't think it is a young adult book, but it does kind of give me some YA vibes as well. But yeah, this just sounds absolutely perfect for me. Also, I've been listening to, I keep bringing up this podcast, My Favorite Murder, just because it's everything I've been listening to. They talk a lot about cults and things like that, so I'm getting more and more into it. So yeah, this one is the first one on the list. Then I have 2 where my 5-star prediction is based on previous books that I've read by the author. This one is The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden, and it is the sequel to The Bear and the Nightingale, which was Russian fairy tale inspired, one of my favorite books of last year, and the sequel's now out. This is a proof copy. The Bear and the Nightingale was one of those books that I just fell into and just loved reading. So I'm very excited that there's 2 more coming, and this is one of them, so 5-star prediction. And then there is To Hold the Bridge by Garth Nix. I'm a massive fan of the Old Kingdom series, so Sabriel, Lyriel, Horson, Clariel. I've talked about all of these quite a few times. I have an interview with the author up as well, but this is a short story bundle. I think 1 or 2 of the stories might take place in the Old Kingdom, but there's lots of other settings as well. Again, I love his world building, I love his characters. So if you're more of a like fantasy lover, this might be one to check out. Then I've got some that I don't know that much about necessarily, but people have, again, just like told me loads about it. Lots of friends have absolutely loved reading it. So there's Stay With Me, which is nominated for the Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction. And actually this is quite different from what I usually read. I think it's about a couple, and it's about having children and the fragility of married love. Not something I would usually be super drawn to, but after hearing so many amazing reviews, this is a very good contender for this list. Also, I've only just realized that these are hands. I always thought they were just like random stripes. This one falls into that category as well, The Gracekeepers. I know Lena from Just 'Cause My Frog adores this book. A flooded world, a floating circus, 2 women in search of a home. And I've also just realized it has like really pretty, I don't know if you can see that at all, actually has really pretty like illustrations of mermaids as well. One day I'll read enough mermaid books to do a full mermaid review video. A young adult, like recent classic, Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I've read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and then I recently read that little like 2 short story novella bundle, and I've enjoyed all of it. And again, this is one that people really seem to love. I don't read a lot of like contemporary sort of romancy based YA stories, but I'm putting it on the pile with high expectations. And then finally, all 3 of these have gorgeous covers. I'm slightly cheating with this one because I've already read one of the stories in it, but it's The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night by Jen Campbell, who's also one of my friends. This is so up my alley, I can't quite explain, because I think it has like the exact level of sort of darkness that I'm really interested in, and sort of like twistedness, and I keep comparing everything to Black Mirror, but it's like a good reference for a lot of things. And all the quotes that I've heard from it and like the concepts for different stories have been incredible, so definitely one I'll be finishing soon, and no doubt will be a 5-star. Then of course this was going to be on the list, I hope you're not sick of it yet. It is Autumn by Ali Smith. Every time I've heard this author read from her book, it has been just a mind-blowing experience, so putting that on the list. And then finally there is the Essex Serpent. I was actually sat across from my friend Lex on a train for a trip we were both going on, and I think she'd pretty much read the whole book. And then again recently a lot of other friends have been reading it and singing its praises. It's set in 1893 and I think most of it is set in the countryside, and there's rumors about this. Is it a mythical creature? Basically, my expectations are high. Okay, so that was my list of books that I think I will really, really love. I'm curious to see if any of you have read them, if there's any that you might have read that you think I actually won't enjoy, because I feel like by now you probably know my taste pretty well. And of course, let me know if you have any books that you haven't read yet that are on your to be read list and that you think you will definitely be giving 5 stars. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Doei!